Hi guys, this is Jess with your all signs. Surprise, surprise, surprise. We're going to look and see second week of April, see what is coming up for all of us and what we don't expect. So, of course, if you're interested in looking at all of the rest of April, all of May, the link is in the description box below for the 2-month future predictions read. If you're interested in the rest of 2023 for your sign and every other sign, that link is in the description box below as well. And if you want a reading, you can catch that there too. Let's get into the reading. Aries, be very cautious. Be very, very cautious. You have a very specific message here. Some of you Aries definitely is being protected. Okay, because you're being blocked. You're being blocked from a situation that needs time. So for some of you, you need to take some time, and you're going to be forced to take time because you're not seeing things the proper way. This is that thing that you're being blocked from. That thing that you may be saying, "Damn, I want this, or I want it to be like that, but it's not like that anymore. I can't do it that way, or I'm not able to do anything just yet, or I've been wanting to move forward and I can't." That's because you are being forced to, you're being blocked so that you can get a better understanding or a different way of understanding it so that you could approach it a different way. Okay, so you're actually being blocked for a better reason so you can get a better understanding. And as time goes on, you will get what it is that you're looking for. But it's going to happen at a time where you get it and you know how to approach it. So life is telling you that you have to be very cautious, but because you probably won't be, you're being forced to be cautious. You're being forced to slow down. You're being forced. And in that way, you're being protected. So surprise, 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 whatever you're going after, it may take a lot longer. But again, it is for the benefit of you. That's what I have for Aries. Now let's look at Taurus. Surprise, 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 Taurus. Someone's feelings the tables have turned and someone's feelings are hurt. I feel like it's saying their feelings are hurt. So for some of you, someone is coming back into your life or want to. Someone could be very upset that they have to leave your life. If there's any issues, if there's been any issues, someone could be coming back into your life to try to make things right. Now that things have changed and the tables have turned. So don't be surprised if you have a long lost whoever trying to come back and speak to you, get back in your good graces, or give you a what for, because some of you are dealing with someone who, or have someone who is kind of upset with you, have a gripe to say, or someone may need closure from you. So don't be surprised if people you haven't spoken to in quite some time come circling back around. Some of you may feel like it's very necessary to get closure from someone before you leave, and it's kind of like after this conversation someone is going to leave, and it could be like literal or figurative, but there needs to be some form of closure. That's what I'm getting. So surprise, surprise, tables are about to turn and here they come. That's what I have for Taurus. Now let's look at Gemini. Gemini. You see it, don't you? Now, this card has come out before for you guys, and that was what you couldn't control. So I'm inclined to say, because that was your first week's general reading, I remember, okay? And I was saying, Gemini, be careful, get a hold of whatever your vices are. But here it comes again, second week of fucking April. Surprise, surprise. You still up to your same tricks, huh? I'm joking. Gemini, you know I'm joking. But I'm serious. But I'm going to tell you this. One, you guys have money gains, so that's really, really good. And for some of you, you may be feeling like I've worked my ass off to get this money, and that's getting ready to stop. Okay, hopefully that's what it is. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: if you're doing anything strange for some change, that shit is getting ready to come to an end. If you are doing a bunch of stuff you don't got no business doing, and it's not good for you, it's getting ready to come to an end, Gemini. And I mean, it could come to an end around your birthday season, where only God knows what's going to be the cause of it coming to an end. But something that has gotten way out of control, that's beyond toxic, that should have been came to an end. Oh, this shit is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. And not to mention, second week of April, you getting called out about all kind of stuff. And I mean, people are not sparing expense to I guess, throw things up in your face, or it could be like a battle, and you know, that type of thing. Something about whatever this is, you may have to put your foot down and say, okay, enough is enough. I don't want to do this anymore, or someone's saying you can't do this anymore. It's something like that, or something gets brought up and exposed to where it has to stop. So you have a pretty big surprise. That is some shit gonna come up and out, and that's gonna put a lot of things to an end once and for all. And I think that that's a good thing. Hopefully it's a one and for all, but you know, only time tells. And some of you could definitely get the eureka moment of like, I have to stop this. This is, you know, I'm gonna be done with this. So something like that's what I have for Geminis. Surprise, surprise. some toxic shit is about to end. Now let's look at Cancer. Well, Cancer, surprise, surprise. It's not over. You're getting back together. You're coming back together. You're getting back together. You're coming back together with whom? I don't know. But somebody's coming back around. Something is coming back into form again. And some of you are going to be pleased by some efforts, something you're making, creating, starting, initiating, aiming for. It's going to go in your favor. Especially if you walked away, something didn't work out. It's going to work out this time. Somebody's coming back around. You're getting back together, and it doesn't have to be intimate, but this is repairing, and in a good way, coming together and having some good fun. Be careful. If this is not you with this energy, be careful, because somebody is a huge manipulator. So if it's a man circling back around, ladies, be careful. Men, if you are looking to have a great time will be had by many. I don't feel like anybody, I don't think anyone's going to tell a Cancer man no the second week of April. So surprise, surprise, things are going to go your way better than you probably expect. That's what I have for Cancers. Now let's look at Leo. Leo, surprise, surprise, surprise. You have a promotion or a raise that's coming, but even more than that, you may have someone who is looking into you. You may be getting investigated, or someone is investigating something for you, looking into something. Hopefully, nobody's stalking you, because you could be getting stalked, watched. You could be stalking and watching someone. I definitely get that you could be stalking and watching someone. May not be able to leave someone alone. That's what I'm getting, especially if you have children with them, or you may just be looking at your family. That makes sense at afar, if that makes sense. For some of you, again, you could be starting or initiating the steps to a better salary, more money, more revenue, and you're kind of following the steps so that you can make more and get more. And I do see more there is to be had. So surprise, surprise, something about the things I just mentioned something about that process will be initiated second week of April, and it may come out of nowhere, or the results of your actions or your inquiry, I can't seem to talk today, could start to bring some things about. Hopefully that made sense. What I have for Leos. Now let's get Virgo. Virgo, I don't know what to say other than surprise, 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 you're getting pregnant. Some of you could get pregnant, or someone can be pregnant by you. Some of you definitely, after a long period of wait, and it was by force, growth, abundance, and opportunity starts to come your way. It kind of comes out of nowhere. Some of you, something in life had to be sacrificed, and it was by force. And it could have been very devastating or challenging, problematic, that sort of thing. But it all comes to you now, comes back to you. So for some of you, surprise, surprise, a family could come to you, a new love that turns into a marriage and a long-term relationship that includes family. Some of you can find out you're pregnant again, or for the first time. Some of you can get a home, and that begets many blessings that come your way. This is good energy. But it is like out of nowhere, someone comes in and changes the whole dynamic. Out of nowhere, a sacrifice is made. Out of nowhere, you get an understanding about a situation, or something that kind of was held in a balance for some time is released, and opportunity now comes where you're going to really see the blessing in it. It's something really good, but again, it comes in kind of dramatic, or when it comes in, it does call for a different understanding or some sacrifice in order to really get the abundance from it. So surprise, surprise, new something coming. It says love, but it could be anything new in my opinion. Now let's look at Libra. Libra. Surprise, surprise. Somebody is out with another person, vacationing with them, seeing them, rendezvousing with another person. If you have taken a blind eye to things, surprise, 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 you're going to have to deal with it now. For some of you, you may have to have surgery. You may be at the tail end of recovering, because this is all about recovering, and probably trying to use holistic measures to recover. You may be stepping outside of the normal man-made stuff and getting back to what you're supposed to be doing, which is getting things from the earth, and holistic ways of healing. So some of you could be doing that, surprisingly. Some of you may be going to some place far from you to get aid and support and help health-wise. So it could be surprise, surprise, you're opening up to new and uncharted territory in order to find remedies and solutions. Now, going back to this third party thing, for some of you, it's like you have kind of played deaf, dumb, and blind. And I'm not picking on Libras. I'm just reading the cards. For some of you, this is kind of like deaf, dumb, and blind. And that's coming to an end. You may not see it coming because, you just you've become numb to the situation. There has been kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? And then there comes to this understanding of like, fuck it. So for some of you, this could be trying to recover from the end of a relationship. It will be a struggle to do that. It will be a struggle to come to an end. It'll be hard for you to make a decision to choose one over the other, or to make a decision about ending something and being okay with ending something. So there's a lot of little things going on with Libras, and for all of you, it'll be different what this category you fall in. But it basically speaks to a decision that leads to a final end that you're struggling with. Okay. And because the card says surprise, surprise, someone is on vacation with another person, it could speak to having a hard time making a final decision to let a person go, even though there's another person and everyone seems to be aware of it. It's that type of thing. Others of you, again, it speaks to the other things that I kind of spoke on. So that's what I have for Libras. Now let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio, surprise, surprise, someone's getting fired. Somebody is getting fired. I looked into it. I don't really see you are getting fired. I do feel like there's a lot of people feeling like they're being overworked. That could come to an end, feeling overworked, feeling overwrought. But wherever you work, once they started rectifying wherever there are issues and complaints, they're going to want something in return. So they're going to also start implementing some changes based upon feedback, if that makes sense. Here. Some of you, surprise, surprise, be careful with just enjoying yourself sex-wise and that sort of thing, because that can bring a lot of challenges your way, or overindulging. You may take a lot of losses not being able to get this energy under control. And the devil energy could be just doing anything that is unhealthy and toxic and kind of spirals out of control. Be careful with that. Some of you may just feel tied down, because it's also feeling tied down. Some of you may have felt like you were tied down in a very toxic situation that was a loss, right? There was a loss that came out of it. And at the moment, you're feeling like it's a very unfortunate situation. And for some of you, this has to do with love or a loved one. However, things are going to get better. It will get better. I feel like you may feel like whatever this is and whatever loses because of it, or whatever goes away because of it, right? Because that speaks to me saying that it was toxic. It wasn't healthy. I was too obsessed over it. I don't have it anymore, or I have to let it go. But what you get in place of that is something more solid, stable, concrete, and mutual, right? So yeah, it's that. Maybe as an example, if you were married or was in a relationship with children and you went your separate ways, okay, well, you don't have the relationship anymore, but perhaps you guys will be better off being co-parents, and then there's an equal give and take. Equal give and take is what I'm saying here. Some of you guys also may get more out of a job now that they're starting to cut people and kind of trim the fat and that sort of thing too. So I kind of see it kind of going in your favor, if that makes sense, down the line. Hopefully none of you get let go, because this can speak to kind of like after feeling like it's just been so much pressure and a lot of shit, you could leave. But even if you do, whatever it is, if they let you go, you leave, which it looks unlikely, but it could happen, you leaving, or a little bit of you guys could get let go. Some of you Scorpios out there, since it's a general, it's going to be better for you down the line. You're going to get more money wherever you're going to go next. It's just going to be a more healthier and a more beneficial next steps for you. So if it is you, be thankful. And even people leaving, that'll open the door for you to get more out of this company. That's what I have for Scorpios. Now let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius, listen up. Surprise, surprise. Second week of April. There's somebody coming in your life. It is like a karmic reset. It's like destined for someone to, either for you to leave somebody and leave them and get away from them. So you're getting away from a situation. You could be getting away with something in a situation. Like you may be getting away with something, or trying to get away from someone. Someone can come in your life or back in your life, but do know that their feelings have changed, or someone's feelings is going to change. So if this is a brand new person, they could come in, everything is working really nicely, but do know that something about them is going to change. Their feelings are going to change, and they may find themselves where they was hot and heavy, then now they don't want to be bothered. It's that type of thing. If you try to get away from somebody, they may be trying to circle back around, and then they will let you know that they were pissed that you disappeared. You the one ran away. So it's kind of like, I forget the sign I just said, but I just said this to a sign where someone is going to need closure. Someone is going to need to talk to the other person and get closure from them. And so if someone comes back in your life, do know that they have to get something off their chest. And then it could be, I could have sworn I said this for some Leo, something. I forget what sign I said. Leo, Virgo, one of them. But yeah, somebody's going to feel like they have to get something off their chest. If this is a brand new person, they still have some issues that they're going through. So do expect this person to run hot and cold. But that's kind of karmically designed that way, because some of you are supposed to be like this. I'm talking to single Sagittariuses or Sagittariuses who keep dealing with the same person, man or woman, that they know is not good for them. And it probably should have been done a long time ago. And this is where you should be, slow and steady, because the right person for you is on the way, but they're moving slow and steady because you're supposed to be in a place where you're still taking care of you and doing what you need to do. So there's something to that there. And others of you, if this is just you and your mate, like a couple situation, one of you probably are going through this so that you can learn independence, self-sufficiency and independence, which is what we're all headed toward with North Node going into Aries after May. So now let's look at Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. You're about to meet someone special second week of April. It doesn't have to be the second week, but that's, I guess, when the energy starts to form. I'm surprised, you're working hard as hell. And guess what? You're not done yet. Sorry, guys. You're not done. You're going to be working and feeling like I'm working my ass off. Like, yeah, you're about to be working and working a lot. And not just, I don't feel like it's just like through this Aries season, which I think ends April 19th, 20th. Yeah, it's going to be hard. You're going to feel like, I got to do this. Now I got to, that type of thing. But then when you get into Taurus season, it's still more work to be done. It's just not going to feel as hard. It's going to feel whole lot easier. But you're going to be work mode. That's your surprise. Your biggest surprise is you're going to be work mode and trying to meet someone. You either some of you are going to meet someone who's a workaholic. So you're like, why are you trying to date? You have no time for anyone. Or someone could call you out and feel like, they never can see you and that sort of thing because you're always working. You always have a lot going on. It will be a challenge for someone to kind of like break your walls down and get you to open up. But someone is coming in. So you do have someone coming in and a hell of a lot of work coming your way. So for Capricorns, now let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius, be careful. You have a business deal that's going to go wrong. So do be careful with that. Make sure that, if you have the money and ability to have someone look it over that has a specialty in whatever you are trying to do business with, whomever. So do be careful with that. And if this could be a work situation, this could be a business that you run, this could just be any little business that you're taking care of in your day-to-day life. So just be careful, read things again and again, and yeah, do your due diligence. So surprise, surprise, someone's coming back. Someone's coming back. And you're going to have a good time with them second week of April. The issue is that both of you are cut from two different cloths. So I don't care if this is like a husband and wife that's coming back together, boyfriend, girlfriend, just seeing each other I don't care. Whatever it is, you're very different. So although it feels really great at first, and it's when it's feeling good and when the two of you are here, it's like, wow, we're meant to be. Well, as time goes on, no, because two people are cut from two different goddamn cloths, and it's not going to work because you have someone here who needed to see things differently a long time ago in their life, but they haven't, so they're still stuck. And then you have another person who likes to explore, likes to get out, like to do their own thing, is not waiting around, and kind of wants that person to take the lead and take the charge, and they're not going to do that. So there's an issue. There's two people who are just not cut from the same cloth, and that makes it kind of difficult for this to get past the fun or the initial stage. So the two of you really have to make a conscious effort. Well, I mean, really, it's the person that is stuck and who hasn't unstuck themselves. They're the issue. And I feel like whoever the other person is, they're not going to sit around waiting and waiting and waiting. They'll get their ass on. So, there's some of that going on. Others of you, it's not that dire. It really is like having to kind of wait before you can move forward, or wait, like, yeah, you're speaking again to each other, but maybe we have to wait to see each other. Maybe we have to wait to go to the next stage. So for some of you, it is going to work. It's just, well, we have to wait. Others of you, it's one of you out of the equation that is very problematic. And if they don't see it differently and make the change and sacrifice, it isn't going to work. So that for Aquarius. Now let's look at Pisces. Oh, wow. Pisces, you have such a great cards. You have a karmic lesson, so prepare yourself. But this looks really good to me. Like, oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. Hold on. Uh-oh. Okay. Pisces. Some of you definitely, there could be new love is coming into you for some of you, or love is being awakening in your life. And for some of you, you may know this second week of April that there's more opportunities out there for you. I feel like you guys are going to have a surprise where you're going to see life differently. There could be someone who comes in your life and life just changes for you because that person has come into your life. You're going to feel more footloose and fancy free and wanting to get out and do things, wanting to be loved and share love, and wanting to experience love with those that you have around you. Children could be a major focus, but also coming together with children and spending good quality, fun times. Those times that you go back and remember when you're much older in life, right? Making memories is what you're going to want to do, and wanting to really solidify your home and solidify what you call home, and the people that you call family is going to be more important to you, and seeing the blessing in every little thing. I feel like there's just going to be that energy. Coming together with someone who has long-term potential. I guess a Sagittarius could come into your life. Pisces, you have more money coming to you. Okay. You got somebody coming in and they're not saying no. They're not saying no and they're not letting you go. There's somebody who's going to fight for you, fight for a situation, fight for your love, fight. They're going to fight. Hopefully nobody's fighting over the kids. Yeah, somebody that laid dormant for a long time, they're going to... Okay. Pisces, somebody laying dormant for a long time who has been just so sick. They've been sick since they've been apart from you. Somebody could come in and tell you that they're sick. This is a sidebar. But getting back to more lighthearted stuff. Somebody who hasn't done really well being apart from you, who probably went into a state of depression, is now going to come out and tell you how much they love you. And they may just come out of nowhere. It's that type of thing. Somebody that you have kids with or had kids with, they may tell you that they love you, they want to be with you still. But definitely someone who has had a tough time letting you go or not being with you, and they understand how hard it was for them. And so whoever is coming back, Pisces, to tell you they love you, especially if you're a Pisces woman, some of you Pisces men, can meet someone or realize that you love a woman, and then you go and you tell her. I do see that, telling somebody that you love them, or receiving that news, someone coming in and feeling like they're loving you so quick. But if it's anyone new that's coming in and telling you anything, moving too fast, be careful. It's a karmic lesson. Even an old person, just know whatever's coming your way, Pisces, out of the blue, is something karmic attached to it, and it's asking you and testing you to see if you're just going to live off of feelings and emotions alone, or are you going to learn the lesson of the past and take it slow and make sure people are proving to you that they're worthy of your love. That's what I have for you guys. Hope it's been helpful. Take it back on the next one. Take care, guys.